Word number 2 is bad.
Oh, bad. 'Cause I'm bad. Oh, no, that's back, isn't it?
It is.
That's Michael Jackson.
Yep.
Yeah, it's back. Bad. Okay. Oh my god. This is. Oh, I have 9 seconds. Oh no.
I think in the history of this entire show, you're going to be the only person that I could leave my house right now, drive 10 minutes, and be at your front door.
I
don't know why we didn't do that, actually, is what we should have done.
I know. Why didn't we just meet up?
You know what the cool thing is? Like, so obviously we know each other quite well, but I don't know your beginnings. I don't know, like, your origin story, as it were. I know you're a big Marvel fan. I don't know, like, where, like, did you come from a musical family? When did you start singing? Like, how did you get into this world?
My family's not very musical. Like, I have extended family. My mom's siblings, some of them were like in bands and stuff like that growing up, but my immediate family, no one is very musical. I was born, and then I just remember watching Mariah Carey on TV, and then I started singing around the house, and I just remember being like, this is fun, I want to do this.
Yeah.
But, you know, you're a kid. Everyone wants to be a little superstar, a little pop star when they're a kid.
Yeah.
So I don't think my parents paid any attention to it. They didn't put me in any voice lessons or anything. And then I got into high school, and I wanted to join choir. And my dad was like, I don't know, like, you already kind of have a tendency to get bullied. And I was like, no, but this high school is great because, like, there were guys on the football team that were in choir and stuff like that. And then he let me join. I joined, and then I got my first, like, solo gig at a wedding, like my cousin's wedding. And my parents heard me, like, sing for real live for the first time, and they were like, oh. We should put him in. Yeah, they were like, we should put him in lessons, and it kind of started from there. That was when I had my first job, you know, as a wedding singer. So I've been singing professionally since I was 15.
Whole 10-minute. There are so many nuggets in there that I need to touch on. Number one, we should have put a bet on this on how long it would take you to bring up Mariah Carey. Because
literally 3 minutes.
We'll check the tape. I think it was less, in fact. So we'll get to Mariah in a little bit. Number 2, you brought up the bullying aspect. Now, I don't want to, like, we can cut this out if you need, but it's fine. We're open here. Knowing you personally and knowing you in social life, socially, you are one of the most incredible, fun people to be around. But with that, you can tell there's a sense of insecurity, right? It exists. It's there. Everyone sort of has it. But then when you sing, my God, does that disappear? Like, so do you know what that, can you put that into words, why that is? Like, why all of a sudden, when you have a microphone, when you have the stage, all of a sudden, who cares about the bullying? Who cares about being insecure? I'm home. I'm in my comfort zone.
Yeah, for some reason, it's the one thing that I do where I don't have any sort of complex. The insecurity is just not there when I sing. And I think maybe it's just because it was the one thing that I was respected for. When I got into high school and I started singing, and I started doing stuff on my own as opposed to, like, in a choir and stuff like that, it was always, God, this kid can sing so well. And it didn't give me a big head, but it made me feel a sense of, I can feel comfortable doing this. And then eventually it just kind of, it goes away. I don't know. Something about being on a stage kind of just changes you into a different person.
As it should, yeah.
Yes. So, I don't know. And it is true that people in the arts do receive the brunt of trauma in school, especially as queer people. Like, that's another big aspect of it. But yeah. For me, I was just, singing was like, it was my thing, and I made it my thing in high school, and everyone knew it was my thing, and so I never felt uncomfortable picking up a microphone and singing.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's where I feel the most at home.
As you should, yeah, and it doesn't need to give you a complex. It doesn't need to give you a big head. It's like, it's a acknowledgement that like, yeah, I'm known for something. You know what I mean? I have my thing. I've found my, my community or place to belong. I get that. That's totally. And I think, to be fair, I think both of us, in a way, I don't think we had it as bad as others do, because we still had that athletic background. Like, I remember me, like, you know what I mean? I played hockey and volleyball in school, and I would go back and forth. I'd go from the High School Musical and then walk into like hockey practice. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we were. Yeah. We were basically like the High School Musical of our high schools.
I look exactly like Zac Efron. Thank you. And so, I think that, you know what I mean. So, but having that balance between the two, you almost earn a sort of respect from the jocks, and you kind of get a pass, right? So I feel like there's other kids who had it much worse, I think, than we did.
100%. Yeah, and it's heartbreaking because I knew people like that, Yeah, and I just. You try to stick up for the little guy as much as you can, but it's just endless.
Exactly. But what can be a saving grace, as it was for you and for other people, is now the world of social media, as cruel and as awful as it can be. Look at like your YouTube, your TikTok. Like, there's so many things you can turn that into, right? That gives you a place where you belong, and then you can just share your art. Speaking of YouTube, you brought up Mariah Carey first. What is it like to wake up one day and realize that the idol of your dreams is watching you sing her song?
Oh my God.
Can you give us some context? Can you give us some backstory of like how that happened?
Yeah, it was very strange. So it was done through Glamour. Glamour is the YouTube channel, and I got a message from them on Facebook. This was back in 2018, and I don't think I had my email address on my YouTube channel yet. So they found me on Facebook, and I get this message from this random woman. She's like, I work for Glamour. We're doing interviews about people who have covered Mariah Carey songs, and we saw that you covered Hero, and I kind of wanted to get in touch with you and ask like what that song means to you and like why you chose it and your creative process. And I said, sure, that sounds fun. I'd love to do that. Nowhere did they mention a reaction. So 2018, we got on Skype. She calls me, and she asked me those questions. Why did you pick that song? This and that, blah, blah, blah. She's like, okay, now I'm going to send you a link, and I want you to watch it, but keep your camera on, okay? And I said, sure. And I opened the link, and it's Mariah Carey watching a laptop.
Oh, my God.
And she's... I lost my mind. I mean, you saw the footage, like roll tape.
We will, don't worry.
Crying. Yeah. Oh yeah, roll tape. Because everyone else was like, "Oh my God, it's Mariah Carey." I literally just lost my mind because she's right in front of me, and she said my name. That's how it happened, though. It was amazing.
Okay, so, well, as we go through today, I was going to put a rule on it before we started that no Mariah songs allowed, but I feel like that would just be too rude to you. Because that is your life. But you've also...
I can try. It's a good challenge.
There you go. See? A challenge on top of the challenge. You have covered every song on the planet, so this shouldn't be that difficult for you. You have an entire Disney channel already that you've gone through every single decade of Disney, so this shouldn't be that hard. And I'm sure you've played Song Association in your head 1,000 times.
In real life.
Or in real life. I'm going to give you one word, and you need to sing a song that's in the lyrics or the title of that song. Now, my favorite number is 9, and I feel like 10 seconds is too easy. So it's going to be 9 seconds you have to come up with a song in the given word. It's 1 second off. You'll be fine. Really.
Okay. I'll try.
Right? Okay. Your first word, Stephen, is happy.
'Cause I'm happy, clap along if you feel like happiness is to you. 'Cause I'm happy, clap along if you know what happiness is to you.
I mean, it's not a Disney. Is it a Disney song? It's technically Disney, isn't it?
Oh, is it supposed to be Disney?
No, it's not. There's no rules around that.
It's from...
He wrote it from a movie, didn't he?
The Minions movie. Yeah, the little yellow minions. What are they called? Despicable Me?
Yes. That's Disney, isn't it?
Yes.
Are we about to be sued for this right now?
It might be Pixar.
Which Disney owns everything. We'll just say
it's Disney.
Yeah. Word number 2 is bad.
Oh, bad. 'Cause I'm bad. Oh, no, that's back, isn't it?
It is.
That's Michael Jackson.
Yep.
Yeah, it's back. Bad. Okay. Oh my God. I have 9 seconds. Oh no. Do I not listen to any songs with the word bad in it?
I mean, do you not know Billie Eilish? Is that just not your thing?
Oh, right. Oh my God. You're right. You're so right. I'm the bad guy. Da, doo, 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 doo.
Right? You even
Wow,
get,
I really should know.
I mean, ideally,
Oh my
you
God.
even get to give yourself a little musical interlude there. There's no lyrics to worry about. It's just
Do, 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 do.
Right?
How do I not know that? How did I forget that song?
it's all good.
Oh my God.
It's fine. All right.
Bruises.
We'll redeem you with word number 3. Are you ready?
We'll see.
Night. Night.
Night. Okay. In the still of the night, I held you tight. Oh, I love you so. Promise I'll never let you go in the still of the night.
Who is?
Do you know that song?
No, I don't.
It's Boys to Men. In the still of the night. Yeah.
Now I'm going to be laughed at now because I'm sure everyone knows what boy. I had no idea. That actually sounds. Does it not sound? It's got a little bit of a 60s sort of swing to it, like a
does.
A barbershop little.
It sounds like it could have been in Hairspray or something.
Exactly right. Again, Zac Efron. Here we go. Listening to you sing that though, I wanted to. Okay, there is singing with passion and singing with purpose. And then there is singing like Stephen Scaccia. Like, right? It's another, right? It is another level. And it's going to be full of compliments today, but I really want to know, are you aware of that? Obviously you are. And like, where do you go in your head to really bring that out, to project that? Because you can't, you look at all of your YouTube videos, you can't simply stand in front of your rock waterfall and sing a song, right? We watch you shed everything you have into that one song. And have you always been like that? And where do you go when you get into that mode?
Yeah, I guess I have. I mean, the thing is the minute I get into my head is the minute it all goes away. So I have to stay out of my own way. But like when I started taking private lessons when I was a teenager, I remember my voice teacher saying, Stephen, you're a good singer, right? And I said, I think I'm okay. And I still think I'm okay. But his name is Craig. He was like, I don't know if anyone has told you this yet, but there's something kind of special about when you sing. There's something very special, and it just kind of holds on to people. And I was like, why though? Like, I'm here learning. I still don't know enough. And I didn't understand. And then I started on YouTube. And then other people were saying it. And I was like, I still don't know what I'm doing to make this a thing. But I think it stems from the fact that you know me. I'm a very sensitive person. Like, I'm very sensitive. I have a lot of feelings. Like, I feel a lot of things.
You do, which is such a good thing and a bad thing. I know at the same time. I get it.
It's definitely a blessing and a curse. But when it comes to music, I can relate to almost any lyric because it's not hard for me to put myself in somebody's shoes because of how sensitive I can be. That's the only thing I can think of is just, I don't know, I'm sensitive, I'm Italian, and I just feel a lot of things, and I don't know.
Why you got to bring an entire country into this all of a sudden?
I know. Italians are very passionate, but like, I don't know. I'm just an emotional person.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Craig, for being the first person to bring this guy into the light. It's so true, and you kind of, not that you would have still been singing with or without that affirmation, right? You would have still sung, but it helps tremendously to know that there are other people on the other end being like, okay, no, I feel exactly what he's singing. The most recent example for me is watching you sing Surface Pressure. Encanto's the biggest thing on the planet still.
I know.
And but watching you sing that song is, you can watch 1,000 covers of that song, and all of a sudden, first of all, it's in a male singing it in a male key. It hits differently. It really does, because you see all these teenage girls falling in love with this song, as they should, because it's a female empowerment song. But then to watch you step up and sing that, it hits different. It sticks with you. Did you realize that when you released it, or when you finished singing it? Did you realize, okay, this is kind of cool?
I knew I needed to do something different with it because the original recording is very unique. It doesn't even sound all that Disney, you know, like in the grand scheme of things. And so I was like, I know I wanted to do something different with it. I knew I wanted to cover it because I really liked the lyrics. Again, connection. Like
Yes.
you just, if you connect, it makes it easier. And then so I was like, what if I just like slow it down and see what happens to the melody? And then I slowed it down and I started singing it and I was like, oh, I was like, this is so pretty. And I don't know, it just became a lot easier for me to kind of immerse myself in the heart and soul of what the song is talking about.
Right.
And I think we've all been there. I think we've all been in a situation. I think that's why people like Surface Pressure so much, is because everyone knows what it's like to feel like the weight of the world on their shoulders at one point or another. And that song is empowering because it's about being human. It's about realizing that like, oh, I can't, there's going to be a straw eventually that breaks the camel's back. I don't know. I really wanted to see what happened to the melody if I slowed it down. And I feel like for my take on the song, it really brought it to life. And I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out.
Right.
Because some people don't like when I slow things down.
Well, forget them. I mean, Jessica Darwo's version is fantastic. It's perfect. It's the one that set everyone else up. But even on TikTok, you know, I'm sure you've seen, there's so many people who are turning it into this power ballad that really all of a sudden hits a little bit differently. I love that you said that it doesn't sound like Disney, because Lin-Manuel Miranda has the ability to make everything sound like it's not. Like, he makes Hamilton not sound like a musical. He makes Disney not sound like Disney. It's incredible what he does with that music, right? And yeah, and it sets up so many people to have these really cool moments with a song that's a little bit different. I mean, you made a whole Disney channel, right, on YouTube. And just because Disney is such like earnest music and has so much, like, the meaning is right there in your face. Like, you don't have to go searching for meaning in a Disney song.
No.
And it kind of sets you up perfectly on this pedestal to take it and run with it.
Yeah. I mean, I love Disney, and it was one of the things I heard for a long time. It was like, you kind of sound like a Disney prince. Like, anytime I sing anything that's not Disney, it's like, oh, you kind of turned it into a Disney version. I was like, how? Let's just make a channel dedicated to Disney covers. Why
love
not?
it.
I mean, I love the music, and I think my voice does lend itself to it. So
There's gotta be a Disney voiceover gig in your future.
I know, it's been a dream, so you never know.
You know what? If you could wake up and see Mariah Carey saying your name, I think we can manifest this one as well.
I know.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, it can't be that far off the horizon.
Let's see if you can connect this one to Disney. I'll challenge this one. The word is friend.
You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. When the world is... Na, na, na. I forget the word. Road is rough ahead. And you're miles and miles from your old friend. I did that one a long time ago.
Yeah. There are no bonus points for knowing the lyrics. It's fine. It's all right. We got the word friend in there. It's okay.
Yeah, we're good.
The word is want.
Ooh, needs to be Disney?
No, whatever you want.
Okay. Want. Oh, I wanna know what love is. I want you to show me, yeah. I wanna feel what love is. Oh, I know you can show me.
I love the trill, the trills and the runs you add to everything is just is gold. As much as when we're in person, I hate it. Now it just warms me. It's so good.
I know.
That's the thing. You kind of, like, knowing you socially, you kind of play song association all the time. Like, someone needs to say a word around you, and all of a sudden you're breaking into song. Right?
I know. That's why I was like, I should be good at this. We'll see.
I know that song, but who sings that?
So it's originally by Foreigner, and then it was redone by guess who? Mariah Carey.
Next word is lucky.
She's so lucky. She's a star, but she cries in the lonely heart, thinking if there's nothing missing in my life, and why do these tears come at night?
Your knowledge of songs and music far outweighs mine, and it's embarrassing. Who is that?
Lucky by Britney Spears.
I cannot wait
Yeah.
to read comments on this video because it's just embarrassing. There's a window where I went to musical theater school, and there is a window where pop and anything else just didn't exist.
It was one of the songs that I listened to all the time as a kid.
Really, when I said Lucky, I thought for sure, can you just do it for me quickly? Like, I really thought it was going to be a little Jason Mraz, is what I thought.
Lucky I'm in love with my best friend. Lucky to have been where I have been. Lucky to be coming home again.
I love it. All right, 2 points, double the points. All right. Next word is flight.
Oh, jeez. Flight? Okay. Can I think of one? That's a hard one.
I'm sorry. I didn't. Yeah, it could be, or there's a maybe an Elton one that has a little flight.
I see what you're trying.
I wasn't trying to
here.
lead you there. I'm just trying to help now. Don't worry. 19 seconds is the time frame. You're fine.
Well, you know what's funny is if it was fly, it would be an easy one. But flight is a lot harder.
She packed my bags last night.
Yeah. You know what's funny though is I've never actually learned that song, which is really sad because I should.
You don't know Elton. I don't know Britney. It's fine. Let's redeem it with this word. People.
Oh, imagine all the people living for today. You may say I'm a dreamer. But I'm not the only one.
It's such a mystery of where you're going to go. That's the best part of listening to someone who can actually sing, where they're going to take the melody, because you hate originals. Like, you don't, the original melody it's great, but no, we're going to add a little Scaccia to this.
You gotta. I mean, like, you gotta leave your stamp on it a little bit. You know?
Absolutely do. And anyone who knows, like, it's just a musicality that you can't teach, right? If you know the chord where it is, like, you can pick all the different notes you want to be able to sing.
Yes. Yeah, and most of the time I don't really think too much about it. It's just where the melody naturally goes when I sing it, if that makes sense.
Absolutely does, yeah. And if you hit one good riff, you think to yourself, oh, that actually sounded good, as you're going on to the next lyric, and then you're like, can I change it up, or do I keep the same?
It helps a ton. Yeah. And then if you find one you like too, you're like, okay, the next time I cover this song, I'm keeping that.
If you had a dream collab, let's not use the obvious one, just for
Okay, I won't say Mariah Carey. I won't.
If you had a dream collab, like, who would it be? Who would you love to, you know, if it's Pandemic and Ariana and Justin have a collab all of a sudden, like, if you had a collab that you could record with someone, who's on your list?
Okay, so it's funny, I've got a couple, but like from a YouTube perspective, Boyce Avenue for sure, because I think they're really talented and I love their content. Would say John Legend, because he's my favorite male vocalist and his songwriting is amazing.
It's second to none. It really is. Yeah. Your next word is complicated.
Why you gotta go and make things
Too
so
easy.
complicated? To see the way you're acting like somebody else gets me frustrated. Life's like this, you fall and you crawl and you break and you take what you get and you turn it into honesty and promise me you're never gonna find your fake ass. No.
It's too easy. There are some words that just right there, eh?
I mean, she's Canadian too, and I went through a huge Avril kick just a few weeks ago. That's the funny thing, is like I hadn't listened to her in a while, and I literally have This Is Avril Lavigne, the Spotify playlist, on the first like page of my Spotify right now.
It's weird to say, but like there's so many great Canadian artists that a lot of people don't realize they're Canadian. Drake, Justin, The Weeknd, it all just, they seem to release hit after hit, and it's
Shawn Mendes. Yeah.
I mean, let's not forget Sean. Sure.
Yeah, he's huge too. Like, there's so many. Michael Bublé, to a lesser extent now, but for a long time he dominated.
Right.
Like
Another guy that we could have, both of us, driven 10 minutes and be at his front door, a little bubble.
I know.
We should have just recorded this on his front lawn, is what we should have done.
Yeah, we were. Yeah. Until we got that cease and desist, which I think we would have been fine.
I don't open my mail on the best of days, so I leave it alone. I just don't. Just ignore it. Let's finish off with, and there's no pressure, but you might want to close on a really popular song recently. But your final word is easy.
Oh, go easy on me, baby. I was still a child, didn't get the chance to feel the world around me. I had no time to choose what I chose to do. So go easy on me.
How does she do it at time after time? Which, another great song. But how does she do it so often? I meant to comment and tell you to cover it, but have you covered I Drink Wine?
Not yet, but it's on my list.
Please, that has to be there.
Yeah.
That I just so many.
Yeah.
It's like the most unrecognized song, not unrecognized, but it's the most, like, people don't give it the credit it deserves on that album, because
I know,
it's so
I agree.
good.
I love that song. It is on my, that and Oh My God are both on my list. So
Honestly, man, thank you. I can't thank you enough for doing this. You will never hear this many compliments again.
I know. No, I won't.
So jot them all down. I hope someone's recording this. Thank you so much. Everyone, check out the socials. They're all below. This guy is incredible, and I can't thank you enough for being here.
Thank you. And I also wanted to congratulate you on the success of your YouTube channel, because
thanks.
It's very impressive. Like, I know firsthand that it takes a lot of effort to be consistent, especially when you're just starting. And I was lucky enough to have someone in my life to tell me, keep doing it.
You know what? I will admit, you told me, I think it was well over a year ago, you said, like, how much you cherish each and every subscriber you get. Like, it actually means something to you. That was the one thing that stuck with me for so long, was like you saying, like, cherish each one you get, because it means something for someone to actually say, I want to follow this.
Yes, you have a platform because of them.
Right.
And that is always something that you need to remember. And the other thing I would pass on is something that my buddy Greg tells me all the time. Are you having fun? Always ask yourself that question. Are you having fun? And the answer is always yes for me. And he's like, then keep doing it.
It's perfect.
And then everything just falls into place. Yeah.
Well, we hope you keep doing it. I'll tell you that much.
Hell yeah.
All right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate this.